Alright, so what draws you towards the London music scene?
Personally, the London music scene, I enjoy the slang because I feel like you get more in touch with it if you know the lyrics, considering that some Americans may not feel as in touch with the London music scene due to the slang that's used. You may not be able to understand it. Even people who are up north, they still may not understand the slang. For example, words such as bear or ching, as in some London drill music.
Yeah, to touch on that, I feel like London music's so... I don't know, it's got its own identity, because I feel like with a lot of other styles like hip hop and everything, you know, that's all, you can connect that to any country around the world, which makes like hip hop. But if you've got things like grime and drill, it's like has its own identity. It's not like anything else that you can create. It's like born within London and England, and you can't really replicate something like that because it's unique.
Do you find the actual song more important, or are you someone that likes to have a video there as well? So which would you say is more important?
Specifically for London or English music, I feel like it's actually to do with the song rather than the music video, because I don't feel like there's that much money being invested in the London music rather than American for it to produce and create a better music video. And personally, with specifically drill music, I think the lyrics are the important part of that, because if you understand the lyrics and flow, I feel like you get more in touch with it and start to enjoy the music more, rather than an American music video will have all these cinematics and it will just engage the user a lot more. But I don't feel like the London rappers who are on the lower end of the scale have that funding in order to produce and create these music videos.
Agree. Like when I listen to a song, I listen to the lyrics. I don't listen to a song to watch the video. Like the video is obviously portraying probably what they're talking about and the lifestyle that they're living, but like there's always a deeper meaning in the lyrics that they're like actually like chatting about. You know what I mean? So, you know, you could say for people to like go and listen to like a drill song or a grime song just for a music video, just to get inspiration and just to be like, I want to be like this person. You could say like that is a good starting point, but the main thing is you listen to a song because it has something that you can like relate to yourself. Like you can get influence from lyrics as much as you can from watching someone talk about or sing about or rap about I don't know, like getting money or like getting the best job of their life or whatever. So yeah, you can kind of go on both points really.
So you both mentioned drill quite a lot. So what are your views on drill music?
Personally, I really like drill because I feel like it's a really good expression, and for the drill artists that have come out, I feel like the music is very passionate, and the way they say things and the way they do things, and I feel like, yeah, it is violent, but then on the other end, like, I listen to music, and what brought me into rap initially would be artists such as Eminem, and I feel like Eminem is one of the greatest artists of this generation. However, he did talk about some very sadistic things, talking about how he enjoyed slicing his wife's throat, and of course, with this drill thing, like, the rappers that are involved and people who are involved in that lifestyle, that's not myself, but I can take a seat back and look at it and think, oh, I can enjoy this and I can rate this for what it is and the passion that they put into the music.
So I know drill's always had like a bad stigma in the media, because obviously people just seem to think that majority of crime is done by the black majority, and I feel like that's just stereotyping not only just the people but the music that people listen to. At the end of the day, if you want to listen to a song and you want to go out on the street and do something stupid, that's up to you. Just because someone talks about it in a song doesn't mean you have to do it. So yeah, it can have a bad influence on people, and a lot of people that live in London also listen to drill. But I feel like if you're wiser and you literally just appreciate the artist, then you won't actually get involved with any of the crime that's connected to drill music. You could say with any other like genre, it can influence people to do anything. Drum and bass, drugs, like it just you make it what you want to, really. And the media always makes things worse than it actually really is.
So in terms of artists, who would come to your mind when you think about the London music scene? So that one artist, so when you think of London music, that one artist that's come straight to your head. Doesn't mean something to like, but someone you think's really the pioneer.
When you talk about London music, initially you would think on drill. Artists I would think of maybe Russ, SJ, but then obviously you can talk about artists who are not like that, so maybe like House of Pharaohs, Octavian, and like these type of artists aren't drill, but the flow that they use and the words that they use, it just creates a better song as well. Like they don't need to talk about the things that they that these drill artists are talking about. It's a completely different genre in my head anyway, but they still have their expertise and they can do it and fulfill songs to make it seem good.
So as of recent, I probably would have said Skepta, as that's really mainstream to say, but I've actually now thought that it's not really Skepta, it's more Wiley, because Wiley's been in the game for a really, really long time, and he's actually brought people up into grime, and from grime you obviously get like drill and whatever else you can connect it, like garage and everything. So if you think about it, Wiley actually has been the pioneer of most like London English music in that specific like genre. So I don't know, his production as of recent hasn't really been that great, but definitely over the past like I don't know, like 3 or 4 years, when he really like blew up, I say a lot of people get inspiration from him, and he doesn't really get enough credit from people like Skepta for bringing them up and making them who they are now.
Maybe now even Idris Elba.
Exactly.
So do you think the current music scene, so you touched on this a bit, but do you think the current music scene endorses violence and drugs?
Yes, heavily. Personally, I feel like it glamorizes it in the media, especially these drill artists. Obviously, they're not telling people to go out and do these things, but their audience is going to be a younger generation, and the younger generation always will look up to older people and think, oh, that's a role model, that's someone who I'm going to look up to and I want to be like. And regardless of if you tell them not to, there are going to be people who rebel and who are going to just want to do these things. So personally, I feel like in the next 5 years, because this has been glamorized in the media so much, and the London stabbings has gone up and all of this because everyone thinks they're on whatever, I feel like in the next 5 years there's going to be a lot more violence because it's aimed at a lot more younger people, and this is what is in at the moment, if that makes sense. Like it's what's popular in the UK scenes, where if it's targeted at these young audience, I feel like they're just gonna do exactly what these people were doing.
So, what consists? So you must have watched like Vice documentaries,
Of course.
etc.
Yeah, of course.
So what would consist a good documentary for you, and what would consist a bad documentary?
So I reckon a good one would be something that comes not really from the heart, because that's a bit corny, but like something which you're obviously passionate about and that you really feel like hasn't been given enough light in the media or just in general. So I don't know, say for example, you're making a documentary or film about drill or just like British whatever music. The fact that you've been listening to it for how many years and what's not, and as of recent it's become like such a big thing because of the crime in London and all these artists coming up and giving people like inspiration. I feel like doing something that you care about is a good step. And maybe a bad documentary, I'd say, is, I don't know, I'd say something that's really half-hearted, really. Like, I don't know, you're just doing it because you see someone else, or you see like a big other company reporting it, and you're just going into it with like basically no knowledge and no actual understanding of what it is you're talking about and what it is that people are documenting it about.
Yeah, no, I just feel like good documentaries, as you say, like need to be knowing what they're talking about. I feel like they need to be very informative, and I feel like they need to have the correct producer, because if they don't, it may give a very biased view of the situation. You need to get both sides of the story and see the equal, and just you need to give, I don't know, if it was created by a certain individual, I feel like it could really portray certain people in a bad light. For example, if someone from the government made the documentary and they made it about certain people, they would ask these people, you do these things, but I don't feel like they would ask why they do these things. People need to think about the situations that people have been putting in their life, and they can't decide whether they want to be put in that life or another life. It's not their fault. They've like had situations that have just happened, but they need to, like, I don't know, support their family, for example. I don't know, but yeah.
Alright, so thank you very much for taking part in this focus group. Wrap it up.